Think you know the Mediterranean diet? So did I. Until a cheese Danish in Crete changed everything. Hey everyone, today we're diving into Mediterranean Diet 101, but not the version you've heard about from health magazines or hospital brochures. This is the authentic Mediterranean diet, the kind you find in the mountain villages of Greece, not just the aisles of your local grocery store. Bill Bradley, a registered dietitian, thought he understood the Mediterranean diet. After all, he'd studied it in the US and applied it in hospitals. But it wasn't until he traveled to the Greek island of Crete that he realized how much he was missing. On his first day in Crete, Bill sat down for what was described as a traditional Mediterranean breakfast. What arrived? A sugary cheese Danish. Wait, this is Mediterranean. Turns out, even in the Mediterranean, what's marketed as traditional might not be. So he went deeper, literally into the hills, interviewing older villagers, the real keepers of this ancient food culture. And what he found was a lifestyle centered around fresh, flavorful, and surprisingly fatty foods. Key components of the authentic Mediterranean diet. High fat, yes, you heard that right. Americans love to preach moderation, 2 tablespoons of olive oil per recipe, right? In Crete, it's not uncommon to use a cup of extra virgin olive oil in a single meal. And yet, these folks are thin, active, and have some of the lowest rates of heart disease in the world. Vegetables galore. They eat 9 to 15 servings of fruits and vegetables every single day, and most are cooked in olive oil, which doesn't just add flavor, it enhances nutrient absorption. Clearing up common misconceptions. Potatoes? Yes, even fried, but in olive oil. Bread? Absolutely. Often sourdough or whole grain. Carbs? Pasta, rice, bread, all part of the diet. Too expensive. It started as a peasant diet, built around vegetables, beans, and whole grains. Meat was rare, not center stage. Geography doesn't matter. Here's the kicker, you don't need to live in Greece to eat like a Greek. Studies show that people in the US, Australia, and beyond can enjoy the same health benefits, if they follow the principles, not just the branding. Alcohol in the Mediterranean diet. Let's talk wine. In some regions, people drink from youth to old age. Some studies say moderate red wine can increase good cholesterol. Others warn of risks to brain health and increased breast cancer risk. The truth? It's personal. In the Mediterranean, it's often consumed slowly, socially, and with food, not in excess. Real-world example. A typical meal. Lentils simmered with garlic and herbs, drenched in olive oil. A fresh salad. A slice of sourdough. Maybe a little feta. Simple, satisfying, and nourishing. Personal testimonies from real people following the Mediterranean diet. Joy, a lady in her mid-40s, in her own words, indicated that, "I lost 20 pounds without counting calories. I just ate more veggies, more olive oil, and cut back on meat." Bob, a retired man in his own words, indicated that, "My blood pressure dropped. I feel better in my 60s than I did in my 40s. It's not a fad, it's a way of life. And it can be yours." So whether you're cooking from a tiny apartment in New York or a beach house in California, remember, the authentic Mediterranean diet isn't just what's on the plate. It's about tradition, simplicity, and joy. Ready to bring a little Mediterranean magic into your life? Thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit that like button if you learned something new. Also, subscribe for more real-world nutrition, culture and recipes.